Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, and welcome to Command Power, the show in which we discuss all things Magic the Gathering with a focus on Commander.
And today we have another episode in our Spoiler Spotlight series in which I talk about, well, spoilers and tell you what my thoughts are on them. But before that, just a quick reminder to click subscribe if you enjoy my videos. We're well on our way to 1 million subscribers and your support means everything to me. And today we're going to be talking about Teysa, Opulent Oligarch. For 1 colorless, 1 white and 1 black, it's a legendary creature, human advisor 2/3 with Death Touch. At the beginning of your end step, investigate for each opponent who lost life this turn, and whenever a clue you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, create a 1/1 white and black spirit creature token with flying. This ability triggers only once each turn. So I was absolutely distraught, as you can imagine, to read the story and find that Teysa had died in it. Teysa is one of my favorite characters in the whole of Magic, and I was very, very sad to see this, even though I'm sure she's going to be coming back as a ghost in no time. Now, when I first saw this card, I was also a little bit disappointed with it. I thought, this doesn't really do her justice, considering it's the last time we're going to see her alive. It feels like it's not as powerful as it could potentially be, but the more I thought about it, the more I realized it's actually a lot better than it looked, and it's actually going to slot into my favorite deck, which is my current Teysa deck, probably in the 99, but I might even put her as a commander if she impresses me. Now, what's changed my opinion on this? Well, for starters, I think that the first ability is actually surprisingly easy to trigger. It's only going to trigger during your end step and not each end step, but still, you can very consistently get 3 clues with this. The main way you can do that, of course, is with any extort effect, which is something that you want to be doing in Orzhov anyway. A single extort on any of your cards is going to trigger her requirement. That's obviously very, very nice. Another card that came to mind was Loyal Subordinate, which is obviously very nice. If you control your commander, every opponent is going to take 3 life at the beginning of combat. That's also going to trigger Teysa very conveniently. It also works very well with my favorite card in Magic, Keen Duelist, which is going to force one of your opponents to take some life loss. So there's a lot of ways you can build around that first ability to make sure that your opponents are going to be consistently losing life. And then if you do get 3 clue tokens, there's so many different things you can do with them. Obviously, Tamiyo's Journal is insane here because you're probably going to be making 3 if your deck is optimized to do that, which means with Tamiyo's Journal out, you're going to get to tutor for the best card in your deck turn after turn. That's obviously very powerful and it's going to finish the game very quickly. There's actually more than one card that interacts with this, and there's a few different cards that are going to want us to sacrifice artifacts, a lot of which have been printed recently. And if you want some ideas for what kind of cards those might be, do check out my Teysa Envoy of Ghost deck. But apart from all that, you can just sacrifice the tokens normally and turn them into 1/1 spirits. Now, you might not think that that's great, but you're getting consistent card draw in Orzhov, which is pretty nice, even if you do have to invest a little bit of mana into it. And you're also getting rewarded for each card draw, even though it only happens once per turn. There are, however, a bunch of ways we can get around that with any sort of token doubler. We're going to be getting double the clues, and then when we sack one of those clues, we're going to get double the spirit tokens. So that's going to work very nicely in this kind of deck. Because of that, I think this provides a lot of advantages for 3 mana, as long as you can consistently trigger her first ability. And to top it all off, she does have Death Touch as well, which, as we know, is very, very annoying on a commander, particularly early game on a cheap commander. This is going to save you a lot of life and a lot of attacks because people just do not want to swing into a 2/3 Death Touch with anything meaningful. So when you consider all of these things together, I think Teysa is actually a very nice little engine, and she will certainly find her way into the 99 of certain decks as well. For me personally, I'm just excited that I get to play with Teysa one last time, and I'm going to be putting her into a bunch of different decks. So there you have it. Those have been my thoughts on this new spoiler. What do you think about this card? Please let me know in the comment section below. I read all comments and respond to all of them too. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click like or subscribe. It really helps the channel. And until next time, take care.